pom 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 pom. I'm trying to say that you have another thing, right? Hemachandra, Umang Supla. Okay, guys, let's see. Today's topic is about converting the particles into a mesh. Um, it can be used for creating kind of a creamy effect, like creating sauce, liquid, kind of a liquid fluids. Okay, this particular topic comes under the dynamics part. Okay, for example, let me create an bottle for this. I'm just creating a bottle, so I just want to pour the liquid into a glass. Okay. By using smooth, I'm just making a little sharp edge. Okay, let us keep this object separately. Now let's create about the just create layer and I'll just add this. Okay, now let's create the dynamics of the. I'll create the end particles for this. Okay, make sure it will be in the point or ball. I'll make it as a ball for me. Okay, the emitter it should be as a omni. Okay, in the default section, just make it as a create. I'll increase the timeline. I hope you guys remember this topic. Yeah. It's animating. Now what I'm gonna do is, if you see these particles, all the particle balls are individuals, right? I'm going to connect each and every balls, I mean the particles, because I need to make it as a mesh means making it as a polygon. Okay, I want to make it as a kind of a creamy effect, like a creamy fluid, okay, liquid fluid. So I need to connect this particles together. Okay, so just select the end particles. You can select in the outliner also, just by selecting the end particles it gets selected. Okay, go for the end constraint in this component to component. Okay, means these are the components, so it connects to the another component. Okay, means means component to component. Okay, sorry, just select this, apply from the first. See, after making as a component to component, you can see the particles are connected to each other. You can see that between there is a line, this is a component which connects the particles. Before it was not like this, right? After connecting this, it's something gets create something like this. Now we have to make it as an order, right? For this we can use the omni, or we can use the volume also. Let's try the volume emitter now. Okay, I change it as a omni to volume. Okay, I'll just create this. Okay, I select the particles and I'll give it as a component to component. Now it's going in another order. Before, means why did I selected the volume? Means before the omni was splitting another sides, right, left and right. It was used to it was splitting out. But the if you take the volume, it takes a direction, at least a decent directions to flow, right? It's not like a water flow still yet. We have to we have still to work in this. Okay, this is just a starting step. Okay, just and go for the attribute section. In this you can use, there's an option called connection distance range. Okay, in this you can use the strength, glue strength. The strength means the holding the component to component option gets a power to hold the particular particles. This option doesn't connect only to the particle, it can be connected to the meshes also. I'm just showing you. In the connection method I'll change this to the component order. So if you see, all the components gets connected now, I mean all the particles gets connected. You can see the lines, the radiations, right? Before it was not like that. Nearest pairs only used to get colored, means the which are the nearest particles has been attached, it gets automatically connected. If you want to make it all the particles to get selected, just go for the component order, so it gets selected by all the particles. So see, you can see now it's like a water flow, it's kind of, right? If you are not able to understand, I'll create another emitter also, so you can see the difference. Yeah, I'll select this. I'll give it as a component to component. In this, there will be a nearest pairs. So you can see the difference. There's a connection between all the particles, but these are individuals. Like certain pairs has been in limited particles has been selected to each another. Right? I'll just delete this. I don't want this. I'll delete this also. Even the particles. Okay. If you want more particles, you can create more particles in this. I'll show you once more. I'll select the emitter and I'll increase this as a 300 of volumes. So I need more particles because more particles you create, you get the kind of flow of liquid. Okay. After creating this, so select the particles, go for the attribute in the particle shape one. I'll go for the where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not in this. Just a minute. Yeah, n particle. Not this. Yeah. I'll increase the glue strength. Glue strength means I'll show you how this works. I'll create. So this is gonna be as a floor. If your particle falls down, how it reacts to the floor? Let's see. I'll make it as this as a passive collider. Okay. Okay. I'll, I'll increase the strength of this glue. Okay. I make it as a 5000 or something. I'll rotate this. So if you can see the strength, how the strength of the particles used to be there. It's flowing like a water, right? It's not, there's no sticky kind of thing, right? It's not sticking on the surface. I make it to stick on the. So select the plane which you have given the passive collider. Okay, in that they go for the attribute in the rigid shape one. You can see the option called stickiness. You can increase this also. Let me give us a 3000. See, get sticks. I think this is too much, right? So I'll reduce this for 1000. Let's see. Yeah, I'll reduce this for another zero point 0.5. Yeah, kind of. I'll increase this to 8. Suppose if you pour a drop of honey or kind of a hot chocolate, something like that, so you can react from this. If it's this is 0, you can see it flows too fast. If you want to make it like a stick, just increase zero point 0.8 is enough, I think so. Good. Okay. And another thing, you have to increase the glue strength in particles also, then even these reactions can be getting. Okay. And strength means holding the power, so default it will be in the 20. If you want to make it as a how to say, a sand kind of thing, you can just reduce the strength. Okay, now we have seen this, right? Let me make it as a 0 because I want to make it as a water. Now presently I want to make it as a mesh. Okay, I'll make it as a 0. Okay, then now select the particles. Okay, select your particles, go for the uh, thing modify. Yeah, go for the modify convert option. In this you can end particles to polygons, means you can convert the particles into a mesh. Okay, see, these particle sizes are too big, so reduce the size of the particles. See if you animate it for something like this. And reduce the size of this strength. Oh my god. Component to order maximum distance. Let's use this. Maximum distance, let it be as a 30 kind of, means I don't want a distance between these particles. Oh, this converted as a balls. Which this is kind of a wired kind of thing. You can try this rubber band. Get this glue strength for 20,000. It's like a shaving foam. I told you, right? It's to create kind of a thickness kind of liquid. If you want to add some force to, you can add. I'll give as a 2.3. It's kind of weird. Or you can reduce the force also. Okay. After creating this, if you want to add on, I'll reduce the count of the particles. I'll show you how it works. These are the options mainly you can use for the creating kind of a liquid particles. Okay, and I'll go for the default one, so I'll get less count of particles. Okay, I just want to use like a source or something. Okay, mm, I'll make it as a, let me increase this. This makes me confusion sometimes. I'll make it as a 40,000 of strength. I'll create an cup or something. I'll just take this itself. I'll just extrude this. I'll select this in the volume section, go down. Okay, volume emitter. Okay, in this it's in cube shape. Am I right? It's in the cube kind of shape. So I'll make it as a cylinder because no cylinder. Okay, because this bottle shape is in the cylinder, right? I want to make it as a same size. Something like I'm pouring in this. increase the size of this a little bit more. Okay, which you have to pour inside this. Make this bottle as a passive collider. Something like this, okay? Another thing, I'll reduce the size of the particles. Circles. These particles. I'll make it as 0.100. I'll make it a bit bigger. Instead of glass, I can create a kind of a plate. So I'm pouring a sauce on it. I'll create a burger or something. I'll make a duplicate of this. I'll bring this down. I'll rotate this 180 degree. I'll just do the history and I'll look at this, combine this together. Okay. Mm, make it as a passive. Even this. It takes frames, high frames to create this. Okay. I'll make it as a 2000. Okay, if you want to add the color, now it has been converted as a mesh, so you can add the materials for this. See, it converted as in the outer, it shows as a polygon surface, means it has been converted as a polygons now. You can see the wireframes and all everything. Right click and add the material for this. Okay, add the Arnold shader. Standard. I have a source as kind of a red color, so this as a red, right? Even this used to be as a red. Okay. I'll make it this as a white something. You can texture it, or I think this is not necessary. Just to connect the content, I've just created this. If you want to see in the render, I can show you how it looks in the render also. I'll add the light for this. I'll add the sky dome. It's not visible. Yeah, something looks like this. You can see now. The thing is, it there's a specularity in the source. We can't see the shininess, right? So reduce the shininess. Go for the surface. Okay, reduce the weight of the specularity. So I'll take a snapshot. I'll render it again. And another thing, it's very the diffuse color. I mean, the red color is too harsh. I'll reduce the weight of the diffuse. I think this is okay. See, can make it as something like this. You can see the difference of the source. Right, suppose if you want to make it as a water kind of a fast pouring source, you can use the water particles. It will be useful for you. Same method, nothing different in this. just bring this a little bit out. mm, Increase the particle size, make it as a 300. It's too high. I think this dynamic part. And I add the maximum distance. Let's see. 0 distance. Okay, if you give us a 0 maximum distance, each particles becomes individuals. I'll make it a certain. Let's see now. This doesn't work properly. I think this is okay. Yeah. So what you guys do means change this connection method to the within maximum distance, make it as a 1.5 or something, so it comes in the row. Now it's like a liquid, there's no gap, right? You can animate this also. I'll show you how to animate this by same method, by using the keyframes. Okay. I have to increase the size of this bottle more and more all the time. I'll parent this. I'll select this and press P. So okay, I'll show you how to animate on this. So I'll make hmm. Go for the top view. Okay, I will animate from the top. Okay, we give the keyframes for the X and the Z. Okay, select the give the key selected. Okay, you get the red mark, means the keyframes have been started. The first frame it's over here. I go for another 50 frames forward. Okay, I'll right click and I'll give the keyframe over there. You can see over there, right? Another under frames, I'll make it as I'll bring this over here. Right click again, get the keyframes. Okay, another 150 frames for. Okay, then keyframes, another 200 frames. Right, you can say it animates. So make this as a passive collider now. It's not sticky, right? Increase the stickiness in the collider section, so it sticks on the object itself. So let's go for the attribute. Okay, stickiness, make it as a 2 or something. See, now it gets sticks on the object itself. Kishan, can you ask some questions about related about the subject, man, please? I don't want this kind of stupid questions. It looks like a pancake or swimming for. It may be. Ask some knowledgeable question for me, okay? The concept is not about creating a pancake. It's about creating a liquid form. Let's pan this. Let's see. It's not working. So if you want to make the bottle the animate, so you can animate as same values which you have given. Get a keyframe for this. Over 50th frames, and better to go on the top. And the wireframes I can set the place. Oh, okay. Plus it was up, so we have to give some gap to the particles to flow. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Delete this. Hmm. Delete the keyframes. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Something like this. And I want to stop the particles after it gets sends in the 250 frames. Okay. What are you gonna do for that? Or for the emitter part attributes? Select this the first frame itself. The rate particle size. Set the key. Come for the 250 frames. Not in this. Excuse me. I will break the connections. Make it as a 250, 245, 9. I'll start the key. I'll end it at the 250. So see, it gets stops at 250 frames. If the strength is too strong, we can reduce the strength. I thought you. Glue strength is too high. What is this? I think this is okay. It gets troubleshoot sometimes. Hmm. If you render this, I'll show you how it looks. Just look, see by render. I'll just reduce this visibility. If you in camera, you can make it 0, so the background looks black. If you're able to texture the bottle, something, some kind of, you can do it. If you can make it as a sequence render also, it looks good. If you suppose if you want to make it as a transparency, like a water kind of thing, you can make it. I'll show you. uh, I'll just take this. I have given the shadows already, right? Go for the surface transmission. Just give it a little bit. uh, Red color we can't give the transparency. I will make it as a white. That kind of a water reflection. I'll make it as a kind of a light bluish color or something. Yeah. Suppose if you want to pour in a glass, like a water kind of thing, you can just give this. I'll give the base 400. See, it's like a water. Creating like a hair gel, you can use for that also. Like something like a gel kind of thing. Okay, hope you guys understood this. If you have any doubts, just message me. Okay, thank you.